So I got these artist oil paints from Rubens, and I thought I'd test them out today on a simple project. So there is a range of colors from white to black and everything in between. We've got some lemon yellow, some yellow ochre, china red, British earth red, ultramarine blue, Prussian blue, grandmother green, Coke tea, and black. So I'm just going to go with a simple palette, I think, and I'm going to paint a simple painting. Now, if you follow me, you know that I normally paint with cold wax and oil, not just oil paint, but I'm just going to try these straight out of the tube. So I'm going to put out some basic colors here, a primary palette, my lemon yellow, the red, some burnt sienna for blocking in. Now you wouldn't need that color per se, you could use charcoal or a pencil, and some ultramarine blue, and some Galcid solvent-free gel. Now the gel is just something that helps you loosen up your paint without using solvent. And some white for mixing colors. The white is very stiff. It seems like it doesn't have much oil in it. So full disclosure, I am not an oil painter. And in fact, this is probably only the second painting I've ever done with oil paint. I do paint with cold wax and oil. So right now I'm going to block in my apple just using paint. I've toned my background with acrylic with quinacridone nickel azo gold, and I'm just going to use a small brush here. So I bought just a set of brushes in a package with various sizes in for oil painting. And I'm working on Arches oil paper that I've cut into an 8x8 size and taped a 1-inch border around the edge. I'm using a masking tape here, but it doesn't have much stick to it, so I'm hoping it'll be okay to remove without tearing the paper. So I have a still life set up, not very extravagant, just with one apple set up on a box with some light on it. So I'm not getting too much in the way of a cast shadow or shadowing. It's pretty plain and simple for this one. So I joined the Strata Easel 30-day challenge, a painting a day. I am painting this flat, and I realize that is not the way to paint with oil paint when you're painting your subject from life. It's much better to have it up on an easel, so I will get that arranged for another day. But for today, I'm just going with it flat. It's not too bad because it's a small piece. So I mixed up a variety of greens here, and my first thought was I was going to try and do this with very limited strokes. But as I continued on the painting, I realized I was putting too much pressure on myself and had too many rules. When you're learning a new medium, I think that you have to maybe narrow down the rules a bit. So as it is, I am not used to painting from life, and I'm not an oil painter. So I'm trying to do two things that are very unfamiliar to me. So if I look like a beginner, it's because I am a beginner. And I think it's a very good practice to put yourself in a position where you are a beginner again. You can always learn something from it, and I do think there is also great value learning from painting from life, whether it's a still life in your studio or a plein air outside. I think we see things differently when they're in a dimensional setting opposed to just a photograph. I'm very slow at deciding and hesitant. I think it's just because I'm so unfamiliar with what I'm doing here. So please bear with me, and as I paint through this apple, again, I think using a very simple subject when you're starting something is going to serve you well. I didn't want to set up an elaborate still life, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on these paintings. I'm kind of limiting myself to a maximum of 30 minutes, and this one I actually did in less, and it's because it's just very simplistic, not much going on in the background or the foreground. So coming in and putting a little bit of dark down on the base of that apple, and now mixing a darker color for in the shadow side of the apple, just trying to bring a little bit more dimension to it. Are you taking on a challenge at all? I'm curious. There's so many challenges. I've done many 30-day challenges just on my own, trying different things, and I've kept one of my challenges going on for like 6 months. I just kept going and going, and I learned a lot. It was a challenge with cold wax and oil, and that's what really got me advanced more in my cold wax and oil practice. So it also makes you aware of the medium, and if you really enjoy working with the medium. So I know oil without wax is a whole lot different feel than with wax, and I also know it's very different than working with acrylic. So it is a bit of a learning curve, but I think it's a really good practice, and because I have a lot of oil paints besides these ones that Paul Rubens sent me, I have lots that I can work with. I also think keeping your practice paintings on a less expensive substrate is going to be better, doing them small as well. So for this I chose the paper, the Arches oil paper. If you were doing this in acrylic, you could use a mixed media paper. Of course, watercolor, you almost always use watercolor paper. So it doesn't really matter what media you use, there's always a paper. And the other thing you could try is canvas sheets from a pad. That works very well and very inexpensive. Or you could buy a wrapped canvas board as well, or make your own. So just keep the costs down. The other thing I learned from my other challenge, when I went for 6 months, I was just trying to use up random things in my studio. But at the end of the challenge, I really had wished I would have kept the consistency of the size. So that's what I'm doing in this challenge. I'm going to stick with this size throughout. That's my plan anyway. We're just at day 1 here. And I will record some of these, not sure if I'll record every one, and I don't know how long I'll continue painting an apple, but we'll see. There's lots of different things that you can do, different lighting, different ways of setting it up, a different vantage point. So, and then I may have multiples cut into it and have slices, so you can take one subject and really do a lot of different things. So I'm adding a little bit of cast shadow on this, and because I don't have a light box or anything set up, I'm not getting a strong shadow on this one. So that's something else I have to work on. I don't really have a still life setup in my studio at all. I've just got this set up in front of me with a light cast on it. So overall, I'm finding that this paint is working quite well for me, other than the white is very stiff. I think I'm going to switch to another brand of white going forward that has a little more oil in it and is easier to blend. So that is one thing that I really do appreciate with oil paint, is the blendability that you can't get with acrylic as easily. So just doing a bit of a background, leaving some of the orange to peek through and light highlight or outline the apple a bit. Who knows, maybe for this challenge I will get outside and do some painting. Here on the West Coast, we can have some mild days, but there's also wind and rain, and you really have to pick your time. So we'll see if there's some nice days, and I might venture out and do some painting. Just putting in this stem. We want to put a couple of highlights on the apple. Couple of places with a little bit darker marks. Now if I was doing this with only 25 strokes, I would have had to be much more mindful of how I was doing this. So maybe further down the road I will try limiting my strokes again when I'm a little bit more comfortable with this medium. And if you are an oil painter, I know that you're much further along in your journey. And if you have any wise advice or tips, please share those too. So just coming back in, adding a little bit of thicker paint here and a little more highlighted area. Now I realized that I should have brought my table up on the right hand side, which would have made it look better. It kind of looks like the table fell off there. But you have to practice, and if you do small paintings, you will learn so much more, because every time you do a painting you have to do problem solving, and by doing problem solving on 10 small paintings you'll be so much further ahead than if you just do one big painting. So I'm going to leave that where it's at now, and this took me about 20 minutes to do. And here's some detail closer up so that you get an idea. And of course it's wet. I've got quite a bit of glare going on there. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you're doing a challenge, best of luck. We'll see you soon in the next video. Bye for now.